Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Andy Dan Auta and I'm here with my beautiful wife today,
Charlie Adauta.
Yes, we want to welcome you to another wonderful episode of Time Out with Charlie and Andy. Before we begin today's session, we want to send our prayers out to every human on earth affected with this COVID-19. Our prayers are with you, and for the rest of you, we want you to be encouraged. Don't be afraid. God has got you in his hands, and this will end in praise. We are with you in prayers, and God bless you. Yes, Charlie?
Yeah, it sure will end in praise. Okay, for our episode today, we will be talking more, laying more emphasis on learning from our experiences. We've received a lot of emails and messages asking us with questions about how to learn from these experiences. What are the lessons? How do I begin? This is what they have asked us, Charlie and Andy. Where do I start from? Okay, we just want to really emphasize that it is very, very important that you understand that learning from your experiences does not exclude you from the picture. It does not only just point at your partner or the person you had this relationship with. So because most times what happens is we exclude ourselves and say, I had nothing to do with it. He or she, just came up with everything, orchestrated everything, and everything got messed up. So right now, how you begin is first you have to make yourself a part of this. You have to admit that you're a part of it. Somehow, somewhere, there was something that you did to have contributed. We're not saying completely, totally that it's all cases that somebody has to do something to trigger, but we're saying that there must have been something that you would have done. Because right now, while I was talking, I just felt that some of us are already asking the questions, what if I did nothing at all? Can I help it when he cheats on me with another woman? If I have been doing everything to try to keep him, I go out of my way to dress up, to do this, to do that, and still I couldn't keep him. What exactly did I do wrong to have gotten him to act this way? And so it is time to stop focusing on the hurt, on the pain. It is now time for you to begin to focus on what went wrong. And when you try to focus on what went wrong, then you discover that there was something that happened that you played the part in somehow. He would explain more on how you can be, or on how you find out how somehow you played a part. Even though you feel that you had nothing to do with it, you did everything to support your partner, you gave your partner everything, and still he or she still went out to cheat.
Thank you very much, Charlie, for that input. Now, I want to just continue from what Charlie said. Quite a number of people, have been asking online, how do I go about this? It's obvious that I actually thought I learned something, but I didn't learn anything because I'm still going in circles and all of that. Now, you see, you've got to know that the pain you felt in that last relationship is not the lesson at all. Some people actually take the pain and the hurt and the betrayal as the lesson. That is not the lesson at all. You see, if you think or you take that as the lesson, you're going to paint the same lesson on the next partner. Some people take that pain and hurt and then put it up. They become bitter people. And no matter what your next partner does, he won't be able to please you. So number one, we want you to know today that, guys, the pain is not the lesson, the hurt is not the lesson. What led to that is the lesson you should learn from it. Now, that most times the second mistake that most people do out there is that they actually focus on the other partner.
That's true.
You're a man out there, you have a failed relationship. You're a woman out there, you have a failed relationship. You see that you begin to think in terms of this person. If you ask a lot of ladies out there, Charlie, okay, what is the lesson you learned from this? They said the man is a stupid man, the man was a useless man, the man was a you see, it's the man. So we're saying that you cannot learn anything focusing on the man. And you see, this is just basic. You can't even do anything. Even if you got the lesson for the man, you can't impose the lesson on the man. You see, that whatever lesson you're learning for that man will be maybe useless or used for your own male children at the end of the day, or your female, your daughters. Now, that you've got to focus on you first. Charlie was saying something earlier about that, okay, I tried everything, I did this and did that, and you see, if I was in that kind of relationship, Charlie, I'll just say, why did I say yes to such a person? I think that's my mistake. Is it that these things were hidden, especially for believers out there? There's always a warning sign. God gives us hundreds of warning signs before we come into any crash. In fact, even for accidents that happen, maybe road accidents, there are signs. Sometimes you wake up in the morning, on your way to the journey, you felt, and something telling you, something pushing you. So in that case, maybe the sign was that, or maybe the lesson should be that you missed the sign. Next time I will pay more attention. For some people, it will be that I actually saw the signs, but I ignored them. That's the lesson. You can't look at the other person and learn the right lesson. This is what we're saying, guys. You cannot be looking at your spouse that you've had a failed relationship with and keep blaming the person. If you look at yourself, you must look for what you did wrong. It's great. Everybody can see what you did right, but you've got to sit down with yourself. What was that? Sometimes it's a statement. Sometimes you gave too much information about yourself too early. Sometimes you just gave your body, just when it was not due, when it was not right, and all of that. Sometimes it's something that it in fact is a choice that we made in the relationship that crashed everything. So we're saying, look at yourself. Stop talking as though it's the other person's fault. The moment you're able to find the mistake you made in that relationship, let me tell you the truth, you'll be able to find that lesson that you should learn from this particular failed relationship and all of that. So guys, we're saying there's always a lesson. If you eliminate the other partner in it, stop blaming him. If we ask you what was wrong with your former relationship or marriage, and all you keep mentioning is she was a beast, she was a witch, she was a monster, I'm telling you that the trigger, that's a sign that you did not learn anything, but that you're able to actually come to terms with what the mistakes you made, the choices you made, the things you said in that relationship, and you sit down and admit to yourself with humility, say that I shouldn't have said that, I shouldn't have even said yes in that relationship, I shouldn't have gone this far, I shouldn't have exposed myself too much early in that relationship and all of that. You're able to do that. That is the genesis of you learning in that relationship. Lastly, I want to say that, Charlie, they have to eradicate being desperate.
Okay.
You've got to take it off. You've got to take it off. Some people actually get desperate. One of the signs that you've not really learned from your relationship is when you get into the next one to prove a point to the last one. Quite a number of people do that.
Very true.
To me, I still feel that you're still in that relationship. So you're dating two people. You're emotionally hooked to that one because every time you find yourself having a need to prove a point to your ex, I'm telling the honest truth, you still have feelings over there. You still have not gotten over it. So sit down, gather those information you've learned, apply them in your life, tell yourself the truth. Look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself the truth, and you'll find out that your next relationship is going to be healthier and it's going to be better. All right, guys?
Okay, I'll just add that the mistakes that happens in relationship is not about the persons involved. Sometimes some relationships happen and they are wrong timings.
True.
The wrong time, and you might just meet this guy years after and it would have worked better if you guys had not dated like 2 years before. So sometimes it's the wrong timing, sometimes it's the wrong attitude, sometimes it's the wrong choice, while sometimes it's the wrong desire to be selfless. Like it's time for me to be selfless. Sometimes some people carry themselves all through just, I'm so selfish, I love myself, self-love and everything. Sometimes it means that there's a place of maturity where you're willing to let someone in. And if that time hasn't come yet, and you just go ahead to involve someone, mistakes like that happen. So these are pointers that you can pick and ask yourself. So today we're asking you, ask yourself, challenge yourself and begin to ask questions, probe, investigate, and find out, did I meet this guy at the wrong time? Did I meet this person at the wrong time? There was a time my husband and he had told me when we started dating, he said, if I had met you years before we met now, probably we wouldn't have been together. So this is the lesson for today. Try and ask yourself questions.
Begin from the beginning. Focus on you guys. That's all we're saying today, all right? If you keep focusing on the other person, you may never learn the right lessons, all right? All right, guys, that's all for this episode. We love you guys so much. And God bless you. See you next Sunday. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.